So my USB, this is why I need a better computer. I've got freaking 5 things plugged in through a USB hub. I mean, there's no way to operate. Yeah, I'm in a really bad mood. It's Monday morning. I have a USB hub, but it's a piece of crap. I need a better USB hub. I'll make a note about it. Actually, I need to buy something else too. An external drive. We'll go computer. We'll go tech shopping this week. Rather than buying a new computer, I'll just buy a USB hub and another external drive. What's up, Princess Chess? Greetings. My name is Joey. Bullet isn't chess. Don't waste your time. Just play Monopoly instead, or Wordle. I mean, if you want to play chess, play chess. You don't need to play Bullet. I assure you that I'm not alone in this assessment. The problem is there's people, evil people, who promote Bullet chess for the sake of their own, greedy reasons, I guess. Sites, including this one, that overly promote it. If you want to play Bullet, that's fine. But if you want to be good at chess, that's a totally different thing. Don't waste your time. If you're serious about chess, don't play Bullet. Would be my opinion. If you're not serious about chess, by all means, play Bullet. But that's not my department. I don't do Bullet. It's really silly. Wordle. Hey, where's my white square bishop? Oh, there it is. I totally forgot about it. It's crazy. I needed that too. Uh-oh. What's he doing over there? Wordle. The Wordle turtle. Yeah, what am I doing? Usually Troll has a lot of space. Can we have space? Hey, can we challenge? Huh. You may. I think that your goal should be to get good at chess. The number one reason to have a high rating is to get the opportunity to play stronger players. People are really hyper competitive, but I think ratings are overrated. Alright, gotta take the bishop. Anyway, I just share my philosophies for what they're worth, which may not be much. But I just want to reassure people. Rating isn't everything. I mean, rating means less and less. There's candidate masters on lichess who are 2,900 in Bullet. Who cares? These guys aren't even good players. Means nothing to me. I mean, relatively good, but still, in the grand scheme of things. See, 1,500. It's just like the other guy. Dude. This is crazy. Troll's cheating or something. It's a joke, dude. I'm just totally lost. What? Crushed like a dog? Alright, Troll. I'm not gonna play you anymore. It's just out of control. Out of control, Troll. Why wouldn't you take the exchange on A1 and now you lose on time? Black times out in a winning position with a double attack, rook d4. Dude, what is your accuracy here? 179? I don't know, man. Everyone I play is supposed to be 1500 and plays like a master. It's not weird or anything, right? You believe I beat a 2500 NM yesterday? Dude, yesterday I had a tournament game with a candidate master, and he's as good as me in Blitz. But he would have like no chance against me in classical match. That's what we're talking about. They're good at playing like surface chess without anything deep. But that's not chess, you know, it doesn't matter. You would never be a strong player. There are some strong players who can play surface chess. They can do both, you know. Man, I mean, troll. Dude, I don't mind playing you, but you gotta fix your rating, okay? This is embarrassing. How could you possibly be 1500? I'm just totally lost. Don't you have rook d4 in the final position? He can crush me. Now, the other weird thing is, he can crush me without even seeing tactics. Now, how can you explain that? I had a saving move. Wow. Alright. Well, I mean, not saving, but I don't lose a piece. Yeah, I didn't see it. But anyway, why didn't you just take my rook? I don't understand. Why don't you just take this? You're up the exchange after bishop takes at d5. You know the weird thing about Troll? He plays almost perfectly in chess 960 openings. I thought this was a mistake, but it's apparently a strong move. Weird. The engine move was castle's queenside. In which position? Yeah, he's just playing like the 5th engine move or something. At the end? Castle's queenside? Oh. What? What? I mean, what at the end? What are you talking about? Near the end? Oh, I had a castle move somewhere? Oh, here. Oh, shit. Damn it, that saves me. You're right. I thought my rook was trapped. Shit. I could have saved myself with castle's queenside. Well, sort of. Yeah, I don't want to play chess 960, honestly. Who are subscribers? Arsenal fan, Princess Chess, Lecky. I don't know if Boca do Inferno is a subscriber. Oh. Arsenal waits till I play him, till I match him, and then he's like, I'm okay with waiting for a bit. Do you want to wait for a bit, or do you want to play? Because I'm really in a bad mood. Alright. We'll play it as Dell. I'm in a bad mood. And now Princess Chess. She's 2061. She's going to come out playing like a 2300. No. I can't play that. No Sicilian. If I haven't heard of it, Tejas, it's probably not a good opening to play. Yeah, Leiki, you're next. He means the Max Lang attack? Oh. Yeah, I guess it's okay. I noticed something interesting yesterday when I was going through some stats on the openings. The bishop's opening has like, it looks like the bishop's opening is close to the highest statistical score for white. I found that very interesting. It's not that popular, but it's not that easy to play against either. White has a pretty solid winning score. I mean, if you look at bishop's opening, like 34% wins for white, 34% wins for white, 24% wins for black, something like that. Princess Chess, why are you playing this move? C5 is not a good variation. You're not supposed to play that. You're like reverting, and I have no idea where you got that from. And I don't think it's a good idea. God. Videos. Don't watch videos. Just read books. There's a lot more knowledge in books, okay? Videos are for lazy people. Who can't be bothered to really learn. Obviously, ebooks are fine. Well, you'll never be good at chess, you know. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Unless you're like a super genius. Chess takes work, like anything else. Unless you're like Anand. There's a handful of brilliant people. But you can be sure that Anand studied a lot as well. In addition to being like a natural genius. The videos are overrated. Everyone's like, oh, I watched the video by Eric Rosen on the London system. You can pack a lot more information into physical books than any stupid video. I mean, I make tons of videos. If nothing else, it's better than nothing, but there's no comparison about the amount of knowledge in books versus videos. Can pack just so much more information in a book. Damn it, I just hung a pawn? No. This is a pure accident that I didn't drop a pawn here. I'm not even thinking about e7. I'm not even thinking about like these pawns hanging. I'm just thinking about breaking with e5. I just totally forgot she just takes here. I'm not sure if she wants to do that. The Max Lang is like one of the oldest openings in chess. I would think the downside of that opening is that it's kind of like analyzed to death. There's not a lot, you know, that hasn't been analyzed 100 years ago, I would think, in that opening. That's the problem. That's the problem, you know, with the classical openings to some degree. What the heck is going on here? Are you serious? Wait, it's just like dropping material? Yeah, I have a YouTube channel mostly for uploads of the stream. I don't have a lot of time to make original content. Maybe I will at one point. It's mostly teaching chess personally, privately. But Princess Chess, I mean, we've told her before, she's not supposed to play c5. I mean, this is not a good variation. It's like, it's a variation, okay, it's a move, but, and if you do play it, I mean, you got to play like bishop e5, right? She did. It's like some sideline, and again, I guess you can't allow bishop g4 here. Now you need to play like bishop takes c6 or h3. You got to consistently play for e5 there. Now wait, it's just lost. Gonna blame it on being tired. Yeah, but I mean, you're playing by rote openings. You've been playing for a long time. Too much. I remember you playing this against me on the stream like 2 years ago or something. I don't know. But I'm sure that I said it's not good. It's like a kind of bad Tarish with the white pieces. Playable, but not what I would recommend. I mean, you're no, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Okay, yeah. I'm sure that I wouldn't recommend that variation. I mean, I play the white side of the Panov, and I think the point for playing the Panov is to get an open game. You're playing the Tarish with the white pieces. Basically, you know, Tarish loved to have play with IQP. He liked active pieces. When you play c5, you're changing the game to something weird and like closed up. It's not really the nature of the Tarash, or in this case, the Panov. And it's time consuming, and it takes pressure off the center. You know, I mean, I would argue that c5 is a positional mistake. And I wouldn't be alone. The first World Championship match with like Zukertort and Steinitz. Zukertort tried to do stuff like that. Really early in the Queen's Gambit, you know. My favorite chess opening? I guess the Sicilian. That's the one opening I've played really consistently throughout my life without ever really stopping since the beginning. But I don't play it against Princess Chess because she plays really dry and annoying closed Sicilian, which makes me want to like pull my eyes out. If you play the Sicilian, you're just not happy to see the closed Sicilian. Usually it's closed, it's like dry, very boring, no tactics. This is the last thing I want to see when I play the Sicilian. I mean, what's the sharpest chess opening? You know, there was a lot of them. I don't know how you would... Yeah, I like Arsenal's answer. Like, how would you differentiate the sharpest chess opening. Well, maybe it's the King's Gambit or the Latvian, or some other unsound gambit or something. It's kind of a weird question. It's impossible to answer. There'd be no way to quantify that. Yeah, I mean, especially if you're black, you can't force the game to be sharp. It's hard, If you're white, it's a little easier. But I agree with Joey. Yeah, I mean, gambit, any number of gambit openings. But I think you've got to decide if you want to play open or closed positions. That's really an important distinction. Or if you're neutral about it. And I think for me it depends on the time limit. Tactics are easier than strategy, so I would rather play open positions in blitz chess. Arsenal, let me know when you can play. I am taking the challenges from subscribers to the stream first, and we've had a few. Whenever you're warmed up, got enough alcohol in the system. Just kidding, it's morning. Alright, I like to make drinking jokes with Arsenal fan. How's the job search going? Alright. I gotta buy beer this week. Yeah, I feel like playing d4 more, but I've been playing a lot of e4 in blitz chess. e4 is a little more open, more likely to be open. The original, it's funny, if you go back 100 years, they called the queen pawn games the closed games, and the e4 games the open games. I mean, I guess you're opening up your king more, and the e-file opens often. This Marshall Gambit Marshall defense is not a great opening. Too many teenagers in my last place. Oh. The 7-Eleven crew. Hey, Grandpa. Let's go outside and smoke our electric cigarettes. Let's go vape, Grandpa. They'll have green hair. I'm just kidding. I don't know what Arsenal does. I'm picturing I talked about 7-Eleven yesterday. Arsenal would be a good manager. 7-Eleven manager. Dealing with these teenage employees. Get out of here. Yeah, H3. G6. Yeah, I mean, so D5 at some point is going to be a good move. I should play it right away. Because I have Queen D4. This is very disruptive. Obviously not if Knight B4. Well, if you're in hospitality, obviously the pandemic was devastating. So that's the worst industry to be in during COVID. Next to travel. which is kind of related. I know like the catering industry here in like Hungary was really messed up. That's my motto. Just play queen d4. How can I get a sharp game after e45, knight f3, knight c6? Well, I mean, honestly, like the Scotch comes to mind. Opening the game with d4. Wait, how can I get a sharp game? What is the least theoretical chess opening? Dude's like the question master. I'm a kid, that's my job. Just don't play like the slow Joko piano. That's like watching the grass grow. It's like the London system on the other side of the board. All the top grandmasters like it, and the only thing about it that's good is that it avoids like early exchanges of pieces. I think that's why quite a few strong players like to play the Joko piano quiet style. But as far as sharpness goes, it's like the most boring opening ever. Boring doesn't bother Magnus. Dude, every game I play with black, if I play e4, e5, it's automatically a Joko piano, or Joko pianissimo. No one plays the Roy Lopez, even though it's like far more interesting on the, at the online level, let's say. But like 99% of players are little kids who learn from a Eric Rosen video or something. I don't know. We're not encountering too many tournament players when we're playing like random people online. Well, that's what makes the Roy Lopez interesting. There's a lot more lines. I mean, Alexei Swaytin, who wrote this very important book on opening theory, he was a huge theoretician. He claimed the Roy Lopez was the most important opening. I agree, To understand it, it probably is the most important opening. It's the richest, one of the richest. No, but I mean, Arsenal, you're like glossing over like a million side variations. There's millions of other lines like that aren't maybe as objectively good, but still, like you have to be prepared. If you're white, it's a lot of work. Yeah, Four Knights I never really played much. There's nothing wrong with it, obviously. Okay, if you play the black side of the Roy Lopez, you just play what you play, and it's a little easier to prepare. But if you play the white side, right, you play both. I mean, you could face like knight e7, like the Cosio variation on move 3, g6. There's so many side variations. So I understand why people are afraid. There's more to learn if you play the Roy Lopez. But I was lucky that I started. I wasn't one of those people who was playing the Joko. Back in my era, right, the Joko wasn't popular. I mean, the Italian game, let's say. It wasn't popular. So I remember being like shocked when I saw like the famous, of course, like Josh Whiteskin was playing Bishop c4. I don't know, he had a lot of coaches like, besides Pandolfini, he studied with Kaidanov, but it was weird. Like, I never saw anyone play Bishop c4. Everyone played the white side of the Roy Lopez in the 90s. So it was weird to see someone play the Bishop c4 at all. Lady in Black just subscribed. Thank you. So Gata called the Four Knights as a very well-known drawing opening. Interesting. You know, by the way, like, of course he knows more than me, but Kamsky is not, he is not a theoretical guy. As much as he knows about chess, like, he knows the least about openings. He's a great technical player, an amazing fighter, and positional player, and obviously good tactically, but he was brought up with very little opening knowledge. Maybe that's why he never like really made a serious run at top 3. He should have transitioned to a more theoretical approach to the game probably at some point. Some players start out like with very little theory and then become quite theoretical. Alexei Dreyev, for example, was raised early with no theoretical stuff, very much like Kamsky. He was playing like the Tory attack, became a grandmaster, and then became a very theoretical guy. And with Kamsky, like, he never had any openings, man. I mean, he was playing like the Scandinavian with knight f6 at one point. He was taking advice from like Roman when he was at his peak. It was bad. I mean, if he had had a really theoretical opening expert as a trainer at the critical moment, you know, maybe Kamsky could have even made a run for the world championship. But it seems like he never really did openings. So I would take his opinions with a grain of salt about the openings. But I think that the Four Knights has a reputation for being kind of drawish, but not necessarily. Our Arsenal fan. What I don't like about it is there's no breaks really early on. Very closed. Oftentimes very closed. What's the fastest way to get a closed position from white? Things like the closed Sicilian, maybe Vienna. Yeah, the two knights. The Four Knights. You could play d4 though. I'm like, maybe the Trompowsky is a good way to get a lot of closed games. Maybe you should play d4 and bishop g5, or closed queen pawn games like the London system, or Tory attack. You should probably just play d4. And bishop g5, trade on f6, lock all the pawns, trade off all your bishops, dumb down the game. Thanks for the subscription from Lady in Black earlier. Be the first to cheer this week and gift a subscription. The L word. No, I just made it into a meme. The London is not an exciting opening, and I find it ironic that Rosen and others try to make it into something interesting. On the coattails of Magnus Carlsen. I mean, Magnus played the London, I think, because it's like simple. Gata played it a lot. It's perfect for like boring players who are just gonna like make you fall asleep with great technique, grind you down in 100 moves. If you have no intention to get an opening advantage, like the London is perfect. Damn, we've got all these challenges. Cheesemate's here. Cheesemate, what about Lady in Black? Was she challenging? Boca de Inferno, also a friend of the stream. Speaking of closed openings, here's the Cole system, or Cole. I never know the proper pronunciation. I don't think I ever really met an expert. Arsenal fan, did I see you or someone play this recently? Having this weird feeling. I saw you play it? No. It must have been preparing for my opponent this week. I must have seen one of my opponent's games. I ended up not opting. I played for a Queen's Indian yesterday. I thought my opponent would play the Queen's Indian, but he ended up doing something weird instead. He was not expecting to play me, so I think the guy just threw out something unusual to avoid preparation. I must have seen a game yesterday in this. It seems fresh in my mind. But Arsenal didn't play like the best setup. I guess what he's doing might be okay. You're supposed to fight with like Queen e7 and play for e5, not exchanging pawns on d4. Lady in Black says, I tried some Note Boom last days. Was up +3 against an IM 2600 rating. Yeah, well, I mean, playing real openings like that online, you're going to have to play like 2600 IMs in order to get a chance to practice it. Hardly anyone even plays d4 unless they're like over 2400, it seems like. Interesting. Knight e7. Things like the Note Boom, very specific variation as black in the Slav or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. You're going to have to play against strong players to even get a chance to play that opening on a decent level. Or tournament games, maybe a better chance. Better opening for like tournament chess. Over the board players more likely to know what they're doing. An ice cream party, what? What do I see a bad move in my opponent's play? What are you talking about, Asterbait? Now here's a move I criticized Princess Chess for earlier. This is a very different position. Chess players are creepy. The cheesemate's here. 69 bits for the first donation for the week, getting on the leaderboard. I mean, I'm in a bad mood this morning. My team is facing second place, likely. Now we know what we're up against. There's one match remaining for our nearest competitors to play, and all they have to do is like win No, all they have to do is like score 6 out of 12, and we'll be second in our team championship, which really sucks. The bottom team like took a dive against them. It's sort of disappointing to play like all winter, think you have a chance, and then get screwed over by a result you have no control over. Life isn't fair. On a positive note, I'm like gonna be at the highest rating I've been since 2018. I'm getting to strong FM level now. Close to strong FM level. So that's good. Alright, let's do it. That's what I said when I busted in the poker tournament on Friday night. I guess it's a tell. This is not quite as desperate. I'm just going to take the protected passer. I don't think you should put your bishop on A8. Maybe E8. You know, there at least there's a chance it could crawl back into the game. We're going to have to sack your bishop now. Is rating difference more high the higher rating goes? How many times would a 1900 beat 1800? Technically, those points should be more valuable at the higher level, but it seems like it seems like in the rating system, there's like this. I don't know, man. It seems like all the rating points rise to the top. There's like this elite club of players who has all the points. It feels like. Like, I'm not sure if Magnus or someone who's 2800 played hundreds of games against 2200s if they would really fulfill the level they're supposed to. It feels like on some level like the highest players are a little inflated. There's this like pocket. Points just naturally rise up. I'm in the deflated area. What's up, Excel Poker? Yeah, I think trading bad bishops for good bishops is a good strategy. I like it. I'm down with this. Good general strategy. I could have won the exchange there. Probably not a bad move. I don't know, man. That's a really weird question. It's hard to answer that kind of stuff. You need to talk to like a statistician or something. I just feel like there are pockets where players are massively underrated. I mean, FIDE didn't used to have ratings below like 2000 when I started. It was a way different sort of situation. The ratings were fairly accurate when the system was just like between 2200 and 2800, or 2000 and 2800. The rating system was way more accurate when it was a narrower range. Now it's like, it's a total chaos. I don't think like there's a lot of accuracy in rating system. This was not Arsenal fans' best game. At least we know how to play against him in the future. He likes closed queen pawn games. No, he got in a bad place there. Lady in Black and Cheesemate are subscribers. Again, I don't think that Boca do Inferno is a subscriber. But they would be like our first accepted challenger outside the subscribers. That was bad. So Lady in Black. Who is the lady, the mysterious Lady in Black? I'm playing D4 today. Lady Black wants to play her Note Boom, she said. Alright, thank you, Joey. This is my second pre-A attack. It's not the London system. Just saying. It could transpose to a Jabava. But it's not a proper Jabava. The plan isn't to like castle queenside and play for mate or something. It's a little more subtle. Prie wrote a Doing Chess survey about this years ago. I mean, I don't think it's like totally correct though, the way it's set up. I mean, something's a little bit. It's not a London. This is not the London, and a certain French grandmaster would take offense at that. He put a lot of painstaking work into the system. It's just not fair to call it a London system. But I haven't looked at that survey in years. But I will say one thing. I won the only game where I ever played this. Your answer about the rating is interesting. You definitely think that a Super GM would adopt a 2200 any day of the week. But what I'm saying is, I don't think the 2800s would score as many points as they theoretically should, is all I'm saying. I think the ratings have been inflated at the top level slightly. So I'm just saying that, like, if you pit Magnus Carlsen against the 2200, you know, he's supposed to win like 98% of the time, but I think he's only going to win like 94% of the time or something slightly below. I'd be willing to wager that the top players in the world are basically more overrated, slightly more overrated than the other players. But it's not a big, not by maybe a huge amount, but slightly. Is all I'm saying. I think there's got to be a little bit of inflation headed at the top. The Jabava. There's like a rating poverty where I'm at. 2,300 grandmasters are becoming more and more frequent. That's not really normal, you know. That's all I'm saying. I'm seeing this pattern where it's almost becoming normal for grandmasters to be rated like 2375, and that was not a thing before. Yeah, I think there would be like they would get more draws than you would expect or something. Than they should. I mean, it's easy when you never have to play anyone who's under 2600. These guys are like the people, you know, maybe not Magnus himself, but a lot of the other players near him. I mean, these guys literally never have to play anyone under 2200. They never play anyone under 2600 in a lot of cases, or under 25. They're insulated, you know. If these guys at the 2800 had to regularly play like 2300s, they probably wouldn't be able to maintain their ratings. That's all I'm saying. Like, they're insulated. It's like a elite group, you know. This has been this way for a long time, but it's gotten worse. It feels like. It's like a private club. You get in the club and you're there for life. You never have to play anyone under 2500 ever again. Except on like cheese.com, you know, weekly bullet tournament. So this pawn move has to be played. Okay, so I'm winning, but yeah, she found the only defense. So what's the best way to play it? Knight takes e5, a6. Or pawn takes e5. Yeah, this is a typical thing, like pawn takes e5, a6, pawn takes f6. I've seen this type of theme a lot. So what's the difference? Knight takes e5, knight takes e5, bishop takes e5. I'm totally winning there. So the question is, knight takes e5, a6, what's my move? I was even looking at like knight c4. Pawn takes c4. That's sort of sketchy. How about pawn takes e5, a6, retreat the knight? And if queen takes b2, I kind of like it. It's not exactly the London. I guess this is better than a London somehow. Because my a3 is like, it's not as weakening as c3, which is a typical London move. It takes me forever to gain any rating points. I think that's the biggest problem with the FIDE rating system. The K factors. I mean, I'm not a statistician again, but I don't see how that shit is justified. You know, I just don't understand how having like 3 different K factors is mathematically a justifiable system. It's just so arbitrary. I just don't buy it. Let's do this. H6. I think there should be max 2K factors. The 40K factor is totally out of control. Shouldn't exist. It would be enough just to have like 10 and 20K factors for the rating system. There's no need to have 40K factors. So the queen is trapped, right? It's like a French classical trap. Alright. Got her. I also don't see any reason why there just couldn't be just one K factor. That's it, you know. Now they have 10, 20, and 40K factors for the rating system. Why don't we just make one, like, K factor of 15 or something? I don't understand. I think the idea was for FIDE to make the 40K factor. This is going to sound very conspiratorial, but to be perfectly honest, I think the point is to create more young players who are getting titles more quickly. Because every time that someone gets a title, like CM or FM, they have to pay, or their federation has to pay a fee to the World Chess Federation. So every time some little kid becomes a candidate master, or WFM or whatever, more money goes in the FIDE like coffers. So FIDE has a direct incentive financially to create more title players to increase their income. So they want people to have like titles, even if they don't deserve it. I mean, it's not fair to me that I can't gain rating points as far as fast as someone who has never achieved 2400 because I was 24 plus in the past. I'm being punished, and I can't gain rating points as fast as someone else whose peak rating was 2399. That is utterly arbitrary and totally unfair, you know. There's no way that is mathematically logical. You know, I'm sorry. I should be punished because my rating was over 2400 FIDE for a period of time. I mean, now I'm like crippled. Well, everybody who's over 2400's ratings are moving slower. But the lower rated players who haven't peaked at 2400 are getting inflated in a lot of cases. All right, Cheesemate. Arsenal's back in the list. Cheesemate. I'm in a D4 mood. Gotta switch to more D4. The whole thing is really bad in Africa. Well, you know, the thing about Africa and other continents is that they have these like zonal tournaments. Like FIDE has a long history of having these like regional zonal tournaments. So it's not just, you know, it's not just rating qualifications. You have your own like zonal. These are arbitrary too, you know, obviously. I think the whole system is pretty bogus. But that's another thing that's kind of weird. Because they won like a junior tournament in Africa, you know, they get the title of whatever. It's not only in Africa too. I mean, I think, and honestly, it probably goes back again to FIDE trying to make money. Because every 1500 in Africa still has to, their chess federation probably still has to pay like $50 to officially get the title. You know, people should, actually nobody should have to pay money to some international chess federation for a title. I mean, does that happen in other sports? Do you have to pay money to be like a black belt in karate? Seriously? I somehow doubt it. I don't know, man. I think I had to pay $50 to be a FIDE master back in like 1995. Do other sports really have like fees for achievement gets? You have to pay for your belts in karate? Seriously? Well, you're paying for the belt itself? Maybe, but not for the honor, right? I don't know. That shouldn't work like that either. Well, at least then chess wouldn't be the only idiotic sport where achievement gets like cost you money. It's like a pay to win. I don't think it was always that way, but I'm not sure. Anyway, obviously it creates this situation where the World Chess Federation wants to create more and more title players so they have more money. Alright, I'm playing this. I don't play this. I don't play the White Side of the Fianchetto Benoni. I never liked it. It was never my thing. Never felt right. But we'll try. You have to pay a fee. Okay, you know. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not sure if it's the same thing with academics and like law degrees. I don't know. Yeah, you have to pay a fee to be a licensed like lawyer, probably. I don't know. I have to pay a fee to get a driver's license, for example. Yeah, I don't know. We start a huge argument about debate about paying for stuff. But I mean, all I know is that I don't know about getting to be a veterinarian or a driver's license. But all I know is that FIDE doesn't do a lot, and they don't really need $50 to make someone a FIDE master or whatever. It's just bullshit. One guy could like run the entire rating system from his mom's basement. And honestly, I don't think it costs $50 to send some certificate to somebody in the mail. And even that, like, okay, I don't think it means a lot, so we could do without that whole process. Get rid of the official papers in the mail. I don't need a certificate. It says it online anyway. Give me an NFT. They can have NFT titles. Whoa. He's playing Bishop D7. What's that about? You're trying to play B5 on me? I want an NFT title. You can just play B5 because my knight is pinned to my rook. That's weird. How about Queen B3? Queen B3, Rook B8. What am I supposed to do to solve this problem? Is that why it's better to have my knight on E3, but then it gets in the way? I don't know what I'm doing on the white side of this, obviously. Knight C2 is interesting. It's pretty weird. It doesn't seem right, though. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Bishop D2? Pick a square. Bishop D2? Doesn't seem right. Wait a minute. Is your knight, like, without squares to go to? Almost? F4? Yeah. Unfortunately, he has that. F4, knight C4. Attacking D6. I could overextend myself pretty easily. I don't know, man. I want NFT title. You want KFC? Does KFC do wings? Now we're just like talking about random stuff. I don't do the white side of the Fianchetto Benoni. I don't know what possessed me to play this. Never liked it. It never seemed like a great variation. I have a friend who's an expert on it, though. It was always fun to watch him. He knows like 27 moves of theory and all variations. He has these little one move, like, key improvements on the 26th move of the Fianchetto Benoni. It's like, dude, you need some, you have too much free time in your hands. If you've memorized like the 26th move of your Fianchetto Benoni preparation. I mean, wow, B5 anyway? Dude, you're defeating the whole point of what I did here. Yeah, he seriously... What is going on? What is going on here? What is going on? Tactics count. Is that friend? No. Levon and I are not really friends. I mean, I know him. I don't know him well. We used to, like, know each other well enough to, like, shake hands. I'd be like, hey, how are you doing? But that's the extent of my friendship with Aronyan would be, like, to shake his hand and say hi when I meet him. No. This is someone I know better. Okay, so cheesemate is just rolling the dice. Wait. You can do that? Oh no. Bishop c7, queen a8 he has? I don't believe it. Oh, I saw this awesome combination. It was a game from... It was a Lombardi-Reshevsky game. Someone posted on a Facebook page yesterday. It's totally normal position. Lombardi just like wins the game with a rook sack. Reminded me of this. This passed pawn gets to like c7. Does this even work? You've got takes b2. Yeah, I saw this. I was at the poker club on Friday and I saw one Hungarian IM. We've never even talked, and that's still like, I know him well enough to like shake his hand and be, hey, what's up? It's awkward though. When you like kind of know someone only to like recognize their face. You don't really know them. Take it down. The nice thing about creating new accounts is that you're not chat banned, right? You can curse them out. How fast is that c-pawn of yours? Too fast? Are you serious? Man. That sucks, dude. You're so lucky. Lucky and good. He's gonna survive this. Unbelievable. He was lost like 6 ways from Sunday. I'm just not fast enough. Not good enough and not accurate enough. And too slow. Yeah, whatever. Good game. Draw accepted. I'm not gonna cry about this bad beat. It's Blitz chess, and it's about time. Alright, Arsenal fan. Man, I was surprised when you played b5, though. To be honest, like, you're just totally randomly rolling the dice there. And it's so unsound. I spent all this time to find a move that, like, prevents b5, and he just, like, does it anyway. Are you serious? I thought for like 2 minutes on this position. I came up with bishop g5. Wow, everyone else is playing h3. How does that work? So this is theory? Wow, Akobian, Verusian. Yeah, but nobody else. Jesse Cry playing the Benoni. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, there's basically no one else here. I don't like the fianchetto variation. So bishop g5, what's the best move? h3 is like, what does h3 do? Yeah, my move is like number 1, number 2. Dude, bishop g5, b5 is the best move. What? I thought I was preventing b5, and you just do it anyway. What the fuck? Why do I spend 2 minutes like preventing that? You just play it anyway. It's not even fair. Rookie 2000. Cheesy Nub. Alright, let's take Boca first, because he's a former subscriber. Even though I just followed, I've been a viewer for a while on an old account. Cool. Okay, what do we got for time? 45 minutes? I don't have a lesson. Usually I have a lesson after the stream. And I have to leave early in some cases, but this week I don't. In the order they're received. Calls are answered in the order they're received. Mr. Coffee, do you work at a call center? He's a manager at a call center. How's the situation with robocalls, by the way, in the US now? Has it gotten better since I've been away? I was like losing my mind back in 2019. We don't really have robocalls here in Europe. It's gotten worse. Man. I don't know why I'm keeping my US phone. Just in case I ever go back. I'm like paying for nothing. I can't even use it here. I'm paying just to keep the number. I'm terrified, like if I close my number out, then if I have to go back and get another number, I had like the worst like number ever. With like millions of callers, and it was a disaster. But after like 3 years of pandemic, now my number is probably pretty peaceful. They probably all gave up like calling it. So I don't want to give it up now. If I go back and get another number at some point, I'll get another disaster number. But it's stupid to pay for nothing. Okay, knight c6. It's like the Slav exchange variation. It is the Slav exchange variation. Excitement is mounting. Now you can make emergency calls on Skype. Did I read that somewhere? You settled a lawsuit on account of robocalling once? Wow. They actually paid? The worst thing that happened to me, man, was when I signed up. I made a horrible blunder. I was trying to sign up for like healthcare in the United States like 4 years ago or 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and I gave my number to this like website where you register for healthcare plans. I had like hundreds. I had like dozens of calls every day. It was the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life. I just didn't stop to think about it, you know. H5. I regretted that for like 2 years. I couldn't believe it. You just like, you have your mobile phone and like these random calls just keep coming and coming and coming from all different sources that get your number. It's not even like a real person on the line. It's like recorded. Well, I mean, sometimes it is, but it's like recorded callers. It's sick, man. But I haven't noticed much problem with it in Europe. It's like much, much better regulated here. Dude, oh, what is it? The worst is PayPal. It started like a year ago. They were always pretty cool. But someone must have like taken over their advertising department, because I get a letter in the mail every 2 weeks or more from PayPal offering me a loan. It's insane. Like, nobody pays attention to the fact that I never respond. They just keep doing it. It's insane. I can't understand how that makes sense, you know? Like, you would just waste your energy. Talk about spam. I've literally gotten like 20 letters in the last 3 years. But I'm not talking about PayPal spammers. I mean like physical paper mail from the company PayPal. And they never stop. It doesn't matter, like, if you don't respond for 100 times in a row. They just keep doing it. It just keeps filling up my mailbox. It's weird. Like, you think, like, okay, try like 5 times, and if it doesn't work, then you give up. But they just keep doing it. It's really bizarre. Doesn't seem like sensible. The other one was this other another the other company was Sachs. Goldman Sachs has this loan department called Marcus, the Goldman Sachs Bank, and they'll do this thing where they send me an email every 3 days or 5 days or a week offering me a loan. Like, you think like they would stop after like the 100th or 1000th time. We're offering you this new loan opportunity. You've ignored it for like 500 times in a row, and they keep doing it. It just seems like such a waste of energy. It's unbelievable. Wait, after the first 500 times, I'm gonna like answer in the positive. The 501st time, you offered me a loan, and every time it's like all in caps. We're excited to offer you a new opportunity. It's like a joke, man. Who runs these companies? These people are idiots. Okay, so your exchange is trapped. Bishop c7. Goldman Sachs? No. No, you're thinking of Lehman Brothers. No. Goldman Sachs came through relatively unscathed. They were the only big bank that like wasn't. Although they probably, I don't know that much. I mean, I'm not that well informed on the financial crisis of 2008, but my impression was they were one of the ones that was unscathed. J.P. Morgan, yeah, okay. Lehman Brothers went out of business, but okay, yeah, J.P. Morgan maybe. The Goldman Sachs was kind of like managed to they're the only big bank that really totally like was unscathed. Alright, although now there's been some stuff going on with them lately. Patlack Gott. He's playing, he's busy. Cheesy noob. Arsenal's going for a second challenge. Oh right, buying Russian stocks, something they were in the news, something dubious they were in the news for. I'm not qualified on financial matters. I quit economics in junior year in college. I have a minor in economics, but I don't really feel qualified to talk about financial stuff. Politics is one thing. In financial matters, I'm a failure. I quit. We're gonna play the obviously if you become a professional chess player, you're clueless in financial matters. Automatically, you're disqualified. Oh no, I understand, Arsenal, that it's legal. Yeah, there's moral questions. Right, I mean, like buying rubles might be a good idea, who knows? Hey, it's a great time, buy them while they're cheap. Maybe it's a good time to buy Russian companies. We're talking about business, not morality here, right? Those are two totally unrelated concepts. Here, Cheesy Noob is like, how to explain it? I don't know. He's got the weirdest way of playing chess ever. What is it with ice cream? Asterbate. What's up with you and the ice cream talk lately? What's all this talk about ice cream? I'm not sure I get it. It's a theme we've been seeing lately. something abnormal about Cheesy Noob's game, to say the least. He goes from dropping a piece to everything's okay without using any time. Now he's slow rolling me. Wow. He even slow rolled me. That's incredible. What were you thinking about for like 30 seconds there? That's so weird. What would you be possibly thinking about instead of playing Queen H4? So he drops the whole piece with this, and then just has perfect moves for everything after that. He also played Queen takes F4 instantly. I actually expected G takes F. I don't understand why he's thinking on that move. That's pretty weird. Like literally every move he plays is unexpected. It's really, really bizarre. He seems a lot better, stronger lately. The last couple of games since he came back to my stream. But that's weird how you can drop a whole piece without seeing 93 and then play like a master. The last couple of simul games against me he won. I thought he won the last two. He lost the one before that. It was a couple of games ago, I guess. Ridiculous. Damn, this is so crazy. I can't figure you out, man. It's impossible. Now I get a piece back. I mean, every time I play this player, we have like blunder after blunder for both sides. It's so strange. I wonder if he intentionally tries to play weird moves, or how is it? Does he sit there and like consciously be like, alright, what wouldn't they expect me to play here? You know, what's the weirdest move I can play in this position? How do you play like that? In all honesty. I guess I should play F6. I don't know. It's almost inconceivable to me how this player plays. I have literally no clue how to understand what they do. This is like one of the worst games I've ever been involved in. In the beginning, I was convinced he was an engine. There's no way a human could play like this. It was like, I mean, I don't know. You know, it was just too random. I was like, there's something not right about this player. Okay, F5, G5. Right. Trying to play, like, strategically. But he snuck up on me in simul's. Twice. This game and this game. The one last night. Just out of nowhere, from down a piece, he just like mated me. I'm just like, he randomly sacked a piece for nothing, and then I got in time pressure and just like got mated. It was totally unsound. And that's the problem, I underestimate the danger. You know, he's like playing so weirdly that you just like turn off your sense of danger. Like, no way this works. Ah, that's hanging. Didn't need it anyway. Famous last words. I'm up a pawn still. I did kind of forget about his obsession with knights versus bishops. It's normally that he prefers to have knights over bishops. So this is obviously no sleep lost over that move. I really should take that pawn. Does he have any threats here? I was gonna trade queens, but the rooking could be too risky there. Seriously. I have a minor threat here. F5. Now he doesn't even have a check after f5. Oof. That's really bad. He cut off his only check there on d4. f5 was the silent killer. He was expecting like queen h2. Yeah, we finally beat Cheesy Noob. Wow. He's been pretty tough lately. Yeah, that was weird, man. He dropped a full piece. And I almost lost. Alright, we have time for 2 last games. Cheesemate said, what? Some ice cream breakfast. Just go to IHOP and get, like, ice cream pancakes or something. Surely they have that. Now you made me want, like, American breakfast. I haven't been to, like, a House of Pancakes style place in a long time. Rook e5 instead of b5. I had a lot of good moves. Problem with bits and PayPal, trying to figure out why. That's weird. Don't use your American Express card. For some reason, people who have American Express cards through PayPal can't send me donations. I don't understand what that's about. But this is about bits and PayPal. I hate Amex. The only company in the world that ever sent a collection agent after me. I'll never forgive them for that. Checkitout.com. Developing PayPal integration. I've been using PayPal for like a long time. Not a big fan of Peter Thiel though. He was one of the founders. Uh-oh. Mainline Gambit variation. Yeah, I hate Amex. Knight d7. Check it out, man. So I don't know, what do I do on knight d7? Try to trap the queen? He's got knight b6, is that the plan? Knight b6 or knight f6? Now what? He's trying to play bishop g4, I guess? And I don't know. I want to hang a piece here. I stopped studying the theory of this like 20 years ago. So I have no idea if what I'm doing here is remotely right. I did have a brilliant game in this variation. One of my best tactical games. It was published in like the Boston Globe. Published, even. Yeah, I mean, we have a strong center. Looks like tremendous compensation. I mean, queen e6, you can play that right away. I feel like black is just worse here. No coordination. He can go back, but you can play queen e6 right away. I mean, that's like the original. That was probably like the original move. Steven Weiner played that against me, I think, back in like 1992. Still here, friends. That was a draw. Maybe one of my first games in this line. I gave up playing it. It's too theoretical. Too overanalyzed. The Grunfeld's tough. Every variation has like massive amounts of theory. At some point I just resigned, and I'm not even going to attempt to stay up on it. I think I quit playing the white side of this line in 1999. Permanently. It's fun in Blitz, but I think I have a really good game here. Black's played too passively. Looks like an ideal position. Maybe you can try e5. You know, that exchange didn't do that much for me, to be honest. He can play like f6, but I think the white has compensation for the sacrifice pawn. That's not a question here. Not in question. E6 is way riskier than f6. Guys, I have time for one last game. I was gonna take the challenge from Arsenal. Sumaher can play. Arsenal already played. Man, queen c3 seems like it might be a mistake. d6. I have enough compensation for one pawn, but I don't know about two. He sees everything. Ruining the party. I've never played this player before. I don't know who they are, how strong they are, nothing. They feel like they've played slightly passively. Mr. Coffee. Senor Coffee. Wow, that's fatal. He had to play pawn takes. Well, I mean, he could be down a piece, I guess. Yeah, he has 3 pawns for the piece. Okay. It's not fatal. I exaggerate. If I should have taken with the knight. You might have been better earlier, B-Jack, but not in the end game. I think you were better earlier in the early middle game after the opening. Yeah, my opening was nothing. After I've traded queens against you, I'm worse. But somewhere between there and near the end, you lost your advantage. Yeah, he like took there. It's crazy. He just has to not take it. And he has 3 pawns for a piece. I don't know. For what it's worth. How's the evaluation? I mean, white's better. This is winning. He can't take on f5. Of course. White's better now. So the engine thinks I have comp for the 2 pawns. Wow. Interesting. I didn't like what I did here, though. I didn't know what to do. Queen c1 was a top move. Interesting. So I actually played alright in this game. I don't know about the opening, though. That didn't seem right. Not a lot of big names there. I don't think I played the best move. Yeah, I don't know about knight d7. Pretty much, I could play anything. Alright, last game. Sumeher the subscriber. Guys, we gotta go. Tomorrow night, we're hosting a rapid tournament. Rapid tournament tomorrow night, 6:30 Central European. The subs. Tuna fish subs. This is my move order for today. B-Jack likes Queen's Gambit declined. See? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You could use it as an alternate reality. Mr. Coffee system. Early morning coffee. A3's a little early here. Chess expert. It always sounds so sort of cheesy to me. You can get your pocket protector in the mail for $50. Oh, there was that guy who was killing me. Was that Bocadu Inferno that plays this stuff with white? Man, I lost really badly with black in a game. Now that I recall. The arena thing. Doofus Arena. Arena Doofus. It's hard to decide where to attack here. Probably safer to play c4. Well, it's definitely safer to play c4 rather than g4. But it's the last game and I'm feeling kind of rambunctious. Thanks guys for playing with me, keeping me entertained here. Agnes Karajewski, it's the thought that counts as far as donating bits. Cheesemate donated 69 bits to get it started, get the ball rolling. Class A Trikes. This seems safer, but it's still, we have to watch the long diagonal. You know, originally my plan was to take en passant. I guess I should still consider doing that. Maybe my attacking chances are greater than I realized there. That's how I played it with black. And I think like the guy I took with the bishop. He had some queen h5 move at some point. I'm proud to say that I've never logged in or created an account or even gone to the website for the FIDE Chess Arena. That's something I would have to be paid very highly to subject myself to something like that. FIDE is so sketchy. Sanction them. Alright. But, you know, very importantly, Dvorkovich came out and said war is bad. Remember, kids, war is bad. Pawn takes f5, pawn takes f5, h3, queen g6, queen g6, queen g6, king h2, c4, rook g1. Let's do it. Danger. But it wasn't enough, you know what I'm saying? He's still like not condemning any individuals or anything like that, you know. Anyway, I have a friend who's kind of liberal, and they were like, "Oh yes, see Dvorkovich, he went out and said that war is bad, you know." But I mean, he's like not exactly like putting his life on the line by saying anything really concrete, you know. I just thought the reaction to it was a little exaggerated. It's not some revolutionary step he took, you know. He's riding the fence pretty hard by saying war is bad. For a guy in the Kremlin's inner circle at one point, people thought it was a brave thing to do. But I thought that was a little overrated, you know. Is he really risking like being sent to the gulag by saying war is bad? I don't know. I guess Karajewski, Twitch changed their payment processors. Amazon Pay is working. So it's not, I don't understand, like you can't use PayPal? Donated 100 bits from Nice Karajewski. I just didn't think he went far enough. I felt like it was like meaningless. Yeah, I mean, this guy was an inner part of the Kremlin, man. He's not just some institutional Russian. He was an advisor to Medvedev. You know what I mean? We're not talking about a random chess guy. You know, it's a highly connected Kremlin guy who's president of FIDE. We're not talking about the president of the Moscow Chess Federation or something. We know how much you love Russia, Arsenal. It's okay. It's okay. We know you're pro-war. You support Putin. I get it, man. You're entitled to your beliefs. It's alright. You're into fascism. It's good. It's good. You're entitled to your thing. I won't take it away. Try to take it away from you. If we could bring Hitler back to life for you, you know, you should go for it. An opposing viewpoint. Dude, all you want to do is like argue. You're totally contrarian. Anything I say, you want to take the other side. It's like your whole argument is arguing. I'm saying a guy in the inner Kremlin circle is president of FIDE, and you're like, you find a way to like, you know, think that's good or it's not a problem. I don't understand, you know. The guy's totally suspect. He was suspect even before the war in Ukraine started. He shouldn't be president of FIDE. And he comes out with a statement that war is bad. I'm just making a comment that it's like not enough, obviously, but the maximum that a former Kremlin, you know, high-ranking official could probably say without literally there being, you know, a sort of effect against him personally. But I just don't think anyone should be like championing him for that statement. It basically says nothing, you know. He said nothing by saying war is bad. It's a joke, you know. I'm paraphrasing, those weren't exact words, but something to that effect. Man. Don't go out on a limb or anything in condemning the war in Ukraine by saying war is bad. The guy shouldn't be president of FIDE in the first place, but that's been my opinion all along. Many, many years ago when he first got elected, whenever that was. FIDE is a totally corrupt organization. That's another story. Alright, anyway, on that note, we're going to end the stream. I'll be back tomorrow night on Tuesday. Let you play. Let him play. He's in a bad mood. I'll see you guys later. We'll be back Tuesday. We'll host the Putin rally for Sumher and Arsenal. Just kidding. We'll be doing a 9-round Blitz tournament. Is that right? No, I said rapid. 7-round rapid. I think this week will be normal chess. Yeah, that would be bad. I'm just being sarcastic, obviously. I'll have to time you out again. The whole world will time you out. It's fascism. Have morality is fascism. Alright. We'll see you later, guys. Later. Bye.